Alright lads, welcome back to Fusion YGO. Today, we're going to be talking about and discussing the ban list. The ban list! What's going to get banned? We're going to ban everything. Everything's going to get shot. We're going to take out a shotgun and just... No, that's not going to happen. I have a very unpopular opinion or prediction when it comes to the ban list and what's going on with said ban list. So we're going to talk about it. This next ban list, which is no sooner than September 1st, which is like in 2 weeks, yeah, we're not going to get a huge ban list. The ban list, Konami's not going to pull out a big old sledgehammer like it's Triple H and just start taking things out at the knees. It's not how it's going to work. Because as a business, they have a few things in place that lead me to believe that we're not going to get the minigun blasting every card you want hit. We are actually probably going to get the complete opposite of it, and instead of things getting destroyed on the ban list, we're probably going to get a ban list more attuned to what we had in the last list, but just like in January, it'll be, instead of everything getting sawed-off shotgun, we're going to get everything just bounced right back into the game. I think we're going to have a huge amount of cards and strategies coming off the ban list and experimenting the format with that to reinvigorate players and to not hurt investments. So here's why I think that we're not going to have a huge, blasting of cards. Konami, as a company, does not condone online platforms that are not their own. So, they're not going to use EDO Pro or Dueling Book or Dueling Nexus. It's not going to use any of those sites because Konami doesn't, as a business, doesn't condone them. They're not part of the company. It's not a part of the game. It's not something that they're invested in, so they're not going to use it as their template. Whether or not you agree with it is completely irrelevant. Whether or not I agree with it is completely irrelevant. It's what they do as a business. So keeping consistent with their business practices, which has led them to be one of the most successful card games in the world, if not the, depending on the year, Konami's going to do what it's always done. Sales are up, and there's a bunch of strategies that have never gotten a chance to play physical play. And I don't think that they'll ban any cards because they've never gotten a chance to be played at full power. Even Pepe had 3 weeks. So what I think is going to happen is this. Until we're back into physical play, we're going to keep getting new products. We're going to keep theorizing what the best deck is, and we're never actually going to find it out because online tournaments, honestly, don't give a full roundabout of, well, you're playing against pretty much everybody playing with top dollar cards. So you're not playing against people that, have to learn how to play on a budget against these decks, or people that come into it more casually with, or stun strategies, or this or that. You're playing against people playing with every high dollar card at the click of a button. And that's just the way it is. So, what I think is going to happen is that we're going to have that bounce back. And I think after the September 1st list, once we get back to physical play, which is looking like the end of the year, we may have like 2 or 3 weeks of everything is fine the way it is right now. Nothing, we've had no bans for 9 months or however long it is, depending on where you are. And after that 9 months of playing whatever, and you get a few weeks of tournaments, and then we get an E-ban. And then the emergency ban list will happen, and it'll just shred everything that's just consistently overpowered. At least that way it's not a complete detriment to the people that have invested their money into this game during this pandemic, killing decks and strategies at full power right now before they ever get a chance to see the light of day at full power, is like saying, okay, here, I'm going to give you, a new game creator, $100. All right, now I want you to go and then, do something with it. Okay, 3 weeks later, now I want you to change everything about it. That entire investment that I gave you, now you're going to change the terms of it. it's just not, it doesn't make sense as a business. So what I think that's why I think what we're going to do is we're going to get ban lists where we release a bunch of stuff, and then the format change, like we go back to physical play, and then we're going to get a whole bunch of cards just slaughtered. But until then, we need to do things to excite the community, get the community hyped up for stuff. So here's what I think is going to happen. Here are the cards that I'm predicting, and all of this is off the cusp, off of my brain. Normally I would do more of a edited video on it, but I want to shake it up a little bit. I'm having a lot of fun just off the cusp videoing, so we're going to do off the cusp. So here are the cards I think, and then I will do a video going over my reasonings for all of these cards. Here are the cards I think that are going to come off the ban section and go to 1. Orcus Tarpor, Thunder Dragon Colossus, Performer Palace Gold Crobat Joker, or Double Iris Magician, one or the other. I don't think both. Maybe both. I have no idea. I think all 3 of those cards are going to come off. I also think Salamangreat Mirage Stalio is going to come off. Those are the big cards that I think are going to be able to come back into the format from 0 to 1. Next is 1 to 2. 1 to 2 would be things like ABC Dragon Buster, totally awesome, giving decks more options to play. It's going to be cards like totally awesome, ABC Dragon Buster, cards that should have went to 2, not 1, my opinion. I also think that we could get more cards like multi-roll back to 2. We could even get Hornet Drones to 2, because with Engage Band, having it at 2 just gives Sky Striker a little bit more to work with. I think those are kind of cards that can go to 2. And then cards that can go to unlimited. I don't know if there's any cards right now that I would say, yeah, this definitely can just go to 3. I think we need to experiment with it a little bit. I think we need to I think it'll be compact, but it'll be a good amount of releases. At worst, the only things that are going to get hit, things that might get banned, would be things going to 1 instead of being banned. And there's a lot of options. There's a lot of things that they could do, but I think what's most likely is going to be this. Orcus Tarpor, Thunder Dragon Colossus, Salamangreat Mirage Stalio, and I think it's going to be Double Iris Magician the more I think about it. I think those 4 cards are going to go to 1. I think that Multi-Roll and Hornet Drones are going to go to 2. And I think that's going to be what we do with the format. We're going to give a couple of decks a boost, and we're going to leave it at that. Just have a nice day. We could even see Harpy's Feather Duster come back to 1. Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. That could be a card that could come back. My more detailed analysis is going to be coming out next week for my predictions. But right now I wanted to talk to you guys about why I think that they're just going to have a huge release list and no more ban list for a little while. I think we'll get the E-bans at the end of the year or beginning of next year, depending, provided we can get through this Tier 0 virus format that's destroying the world. But yeah, as a business, they just can't. They can't be wishy-washy about it. They have to be consistent and, you know, do what they want, like do what they've said they're going to do. So that's why I think that this is the most likely outcome. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Leave a like if you like this video. Consider subscribing. It doesn't, you know, cost you a thing. And there's a siren. And it doesn't cost you anything. And you can unsubscribe if you're not enjoying the content. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you guys next week with the detailed ban list predictions. But this one is more of a ban list isn't going to be what you think it is. It's not. Sorry. Until next time, lads, good fun. Have luck.